Today's video is going to stress the importance of online reselling and why what we do means so much, especially in today's economy. Hey, welcome in Rockstars Thursday, October 24th, 2024. And that's right, today's video is going to tell you exactly why it is so important that online reselling exists and why it's so important that you participate in it, whether you're already a reseller, whether you're part-time, or if you already are full-time, why you should go even harder than you might be going today. So, Bye Bye Baby. Does everybody know what Bye Bye Baby is? They have announced that they are closing all retail brick and mortar stores, shifting to online business only, and they're calling it a strategic reset. No, folks, let's call it what it is. Brick and mortar sucks, and that's the moral of today's video. Online e-commerce selling and brick and mortar. If you get an idea in your head, anybody watching this video, to go open a thrift store or open your own brick and mortar store, please think it through drastically. I would highly recommend against it, although there are some of you that can make it work, unlikely in today's economy. So Bye Bye Baby is shuttering all the stores only 1 year after new owners tried to revive the brand. If you guys don't remember, I probably did a video about a little bit ago, that they are, being bought out and trying to revive the store. And I said then in 2023, when they filed Chapter 11 bankruptcy, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. The brand was actually a subsidiary of Bed Bath & Beyond. How'd that work out for them, right? So let's move along here. Big Lots, which we knew was closing locations, has now announced 300 stores closing. Big Lots. A lot of people don't even know what Big Lots is. We have it here in Florida. I know it's not everywhere. They are closing 49 more stores, bringing it to 349, and 8 in Georgia to 357. It's like 20% of their stores closing. Walgreens closing 1,200 locations. There are 8,700 in the country. That's 13% of brick and mortar. And Walgreens, remember, is a huge Fortune 500 company, huge corporate company. Disney also closing, or Disney, excuse me. Yeah, we wish Disney. Denny's closing 150 restaurants by the end of the year. On top of that, a total of more than 2,000 stores. I'm going to screenshot some of this up here for you guys, and we'll get around to the moral of the story in just a second. More than 2,000 stores to close by the end of 2024. 13 retail brands are part of that largest one, which of course was Family Dollar. The Family Dollar chain is closing 600 stores. That's crazy, right? Meanwhile, Walmart, TJ Maxx, and Target are actually opening more stores. Let that sink in for a second, you guys. Let that sink in. Bed Bath & Beyond contributed to 2,800 total locations closing last year. Walgreens announcing, like I just said, the 1,200 stores. That will bring it up over 2,000 by the end of the year, just shy of last year, but that's only because Bed Bath & Beyond contributed like half of those stores, right? Analysts at UBS think the total number, this is United Business, think that the total number of US retail closures could reach 45,000 over the next 5 years. And if they're saying we're only between 2,000 and 3,000 this year, that means in 4 years, they think another 42,000 are going to close. That's 8,000 locations a year. All of them smaller to medium size, like the Dollar Trees and things. But you see Walmart, Costco, Target, and Home Depot continue to expand. It's the big companies pushing out and squeezing out these small companies. Of course, Amazon playing a huge role in that, eBay playing, e-commerce playing a huge role, which we're going to get to in just a second. Family Dollar topping that. 7-Eleven closing 444 stores. CVS, 300 stores. Their total 3-year plan to close 900 locations. LL Flooring, which I don't believe we have here in Florida, closing 200 stores. And it will be their final time. They're going out of business. 113 Foot Lockers closing. I mean, who shops at Foot Locker anymore? Express, the clothing store, 107 stores. They would close 95 flagship and all 12 of its Up West branded. That's crazy. Express doesn't have many more stores. Rite Aid, which now is officially out of business, closing their final 77 locations. Conn's Home Plus, never heard of them, 71 stores. Macy's closing 50. They're still in business. How many more videos I got to do about them? And Big Lots closing an additional 35 to 40 stores on top of the 300 we already talked about. Foxtrot Market, 33 stores, never heard of them. Bye Bye Baby, Of course, we just announced closing all of their stores. Walmart only closing 7 stores while they're opening 33 net gain. TJ Maxx closing 3 stores in Marshalls, but also opening more stores. That's the story. Everything closing brick and mortar. It is too expensive in today's economy to run a brick and mortar store. Apparently, even for these large corporations and company, the overhead, the payroll taxes, the insurance to run these buildings, the liability, the inventory to stock the shelves, the internet, the water, the electric, the shipping, receiving, all this stuff in and out, everything coming. It costs a lot of money to run just one location. Think about thousands and thousands of locations, how many millions and billions of dollars they have to do in business. Meanwhile, all this business and this traffic is going online, Amazon and eBay. That's why you need to be a part of it. When we look at these numbers, when we look at all of these stores closing, it's just a drop in the bucket compared to what this online e-commerce marketplace does. eBay doing close to $100 billion, $80-90 billion. Amazon doing close to $500 billion. When you add up all these companies together, they're doing $750 billion almost in sales and online e-commerce. We're talking about some of these stores, filing bankruptcy because they're $1 billion in debt. Oh my God, a whole $1 billion. Meanwhile, Poshmark does more than that, right? As much as I hate on Poshmark, this is where it's at, guys. E-commerce and online shopping is where it's at. You have to get a part of this. This number, this closing, all these stores, 40,000, 50,000 stores in the next couple of years. People saying that online reselling is dead. eBay is dead. Amazon is slow. eBay, it's not to a point where what shopping is happening online, not in brick and mortar. It's clear. It's very, very clear from this. Where it's slow is that people don't have money to shop anywhere in the store or online, but they still have to shop for things. There are things that you cannot avoid shopping for. And that's kind of the secret to online and e-commerce shopping. You have to either A, get purchasable items like refillable items, Bath and Body Works stuff, things you need for the bathroom, the kitchen, food items, any of that item you can sell that people always have to buy. If you can get into those niches, definitely advise that. The second thing is things that you have to have outside of survivability, outside of your food and your health and beauty and your basic toiletries and stuff. If you can get into things like people have to have clothes, they have to have shoes. Now they don't have to have designer and brand name, but they still have to have something, right? So that's why that market always sells. They have to have household stuff. You have to replenish. People always have things break, like small appliances. You have to have a microwave. You have to have a toaster or a can opener. There's things that you can sort of get by without, but it's almost a necessity, right? Like it's right on the line. So a lot of those things, if you can get into selling those things, there's always a lot of products. And then there's always the people that are gonna have disposable income, they're gonna shop. And when they shop with disposable income, it's electronics, it's toys, it's video games. Those 3 items. Tools are a big one. People always have to have tools to, repair things and fix things and have around the house. So that's a good marketplace as well. Think when you're thinking about sourcing of what people have to have and what they can do without. If we're talking about an elephant vase, do people need that? No, they don't need that. Is it something that will sell? Well, of course it will, but it's gonna go really slow. Nobody needs an elephant vase. Nobody needs a Halloween cookie jar, right? Like that's not even something that you need, nor is it something that's on the line of, well, you kind of have to have one to get by. No, you sort of need a microwave. You can get by without one, but it's really an inconvenience and it's bad. A Halloween cookie jar is not something that's going to ruin your life. Put your cookies in a bag, put them on another, a cheapo plastic cookie jar, whatever it is. You see what I'm saying? You have to weigh these items. And if your store is full of items that are just wants and not needs or not inconvenience solvers, that's why your store is slow. So hopefully that helps everybody and motivates you to get into the e-commerce online shipping world if you are not already selling and shipping online and making some money, because as more and more stores continue to close, and I've called it, I said it will happen year after year. I've done these videos for 4 or 5 years now. As it happens, more people are going to come online and shop, and more until everything is shopped for online, or at least 90% of it, and there's barely any stores out in town. I don't even know how half these stores, I drive by them every day and I'm like, there's nobody. I haven't seen somebody inside of X store in 3 years of living in the city I live in now. And I'm like, how is this thing still in business? Just corporate, just pumping money into it. Eventually they're going to close it down. And that's what you see here. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. You get the point of the video. You understand the moral of the story in online e-commerce shopping and selling and buying and all that good stuff. If you don't, please comment down below. Ask any questions, comments, concerns you have about this or any input you want to add. I read them all. If I can't respond to them, I do read them. So take notice in knowing that I do take a minute to scroll through and check out what you guys have to say. And if you need help with your eBay store, whether or not your items are good, pricing, titles, descriptions, promoted, sales, markdowns, and everything else that you guys are failing to do in your eBay stores, which is shocking to me, please email me, rockstarflipper@gmail.com. I do full audits and reviews of eBay stores for 1 week, 2 week, and 4 weeks. Super affordable, $25, $50, $99. I'll get you set up, rockstarflipper@gmail.com, and all the other helpful links are down below in the description box. Thanks, guys, for being here. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see everyone